Evan McPherson. Defensive line. Now, if you're on YouTube, you see I used a picture of Trey Hendrickson signing his extension from last year. And he has a big smile on his face because he was happy he was getting this new money. And then less than a year later, he's not happy, contemplating retirement because the Bengals won't renegotiate another contract. My dude, you and your agent should have just waited. You know what I mean? You could have waited. You didn't have to sign that extension, but you wanted some new money. The Bengals granted you new money. The Bengals never negotiate contracts before they come up, or very rarely do it. So they go out of their way to help you, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I want more money because you outplayed your contract. I understand that, but your agent probably should have told you not to sign that contract. Like, you know what? Let's go into this season and with the potential of being a free agent, go out and get 17, 18 sacks and then cash in on the open market or cash in with the Bengals. So Zach Taylor said he'll be back. Zach Taylor said he's playing for the Bengals. He may come in a little mad, but maybe that motivates him to go out and get more sacks. So, yeah. So the Bengals usually keep 10 defensive linemen, 5 D tackles, and 5 defensive ends. This is another situation where I don't know where we're going to see like somebody that was drafted, and it was Cedric Johnson, the rookie from Ole Miss. I don't know where they see he's going to actually. I'm a little concerned that he'll even make the team if he doesn't wind up on the practice squad. So if you look at the defensive tackles, Sheldon Rankins and B.J. Hill are your starters. Zack Carter, Chris Jenkins, and McKinley Jackson, and J. Tufele. That gets you to 5 defensive ends. Okay. So, excuse me, 6 defensive ends. So, somebody ain't making it here. McKinley Jackson and Chris Jenkins, they're definitely going to make it because they're rookies, unless one of them is just terrible. And I guess McKinley Jackson would be the most likely candidate there. Zack Carter, he's been bad. Drafted to be a three tech defensive tackle. He hasn't done well. And, that's a 3rd-round pick. He should be playing better, more consistently at this point in time. He's going to his 3rd year, like it's time for him to play better, and it just hasn't happened. So maybe that's where that spot is. So Sheldon Rankins, B.J. Hill, Chris Jenkins, McKinley Jackson, and Zack Carter and J. Tufele are fighting it out for that last spot. That could happen here as well. That's, I don't really know, but I think that's going to be it. And then the defensive end room is just completely set. Like, again, sorry, Cedric Johnson. You are Jeff Gunter. There is no position for you. Hendrickson, Hubbard, Sample, Osai, Miles Murphy. That's it. Those are your 5 defensive ends. Maybe Osai gets hurt again and that opens up an opportunity for you. Okay. They love Cam Sample and his versatility to go inside, outside. That's fine. Hubbard's coming off of his surgery in the offseason. Hendrickson's pissed off because he didn't get money. Like, where would even snaps be? All these dudes are active on game day as well. Like, I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with McKinley Jackson. Chris Jenkins, more of a 3-tech defensive tackle as well, but stronger against the run. McKinley Jackson is the traditional nose tackle type. Maybe he plays a lot more because the Bengals struggle with that. But, is he going to be serviceable, or is he going to be terrible? Because if he's terrible and he's not strong enough to hold up the point of attack, then he becomes Tyler Shelvin and he's just a dude that's, on the roster but not active on game days. So that'll be something to figure out. Maybe they bring back, Josh Tupou as well, and then that puts more pressure on Zack Carter and J. Tufele to see if they wind up being able to actually, actually make the roster, or if they wind up on the practice squad. All right. But yeah, no defensive ends are making this team. Sorry, Cedric Johnson, outside of injury.